Hey, my name's Dylan, and behind me here is our newest van conversion. It's a 2024 Mercedes Sprinter van, 170, all-wheel drive. I'm going to run over all the features for you. It is currently for sale, and would love to answer any questions. If you have them, drop them in the comments. Starting off in the front of the van here, we've got the hood wrapped with a 3M product to protect against bugs and glare when you're driving down the highway. We have our fender here, and we have some off-roading lights here in the bottom. Wrap around the side, we have the van wrapped with BF Goodrich KO3s, or the new all-terrain tire from BFG. We like them a lot. This size on these tires is slightly larger than stock to give you a little bit more traction. Another thing we have here are our scene lights, which we'll show you how to operate on the inside. And you can run these lights when you're out camping and provide nice wide angle lighting. Out back here we have a Flatline Van Company ladder leading up to the roof, as well as two more floodlights mounted to the roof here. Just to finish off the outside tour, I've got one more rigid scene light on the driver's side. All right, moving inside now. I'm going to give you guys a tour around and show you why this is such an awesome adventure rig and what makes it so comfortable, all the creature comforts that have gone into this van. Moving up front, if you're familiar with Mercedes Sprinters, you're going to recognize this. This van came with the comfortable seat package, so there's multiple different ways to move the seats. They're very comfortable. I've added this switch cluster that currently we're using 3 of the 6 switches available. We've got the rear floodlights and then 2 of the off-roading lights up front. So this lives here, it's wireless, so you can take it around with you to operate anything that you wish. Installed above the screen, we have a RAM mount track, so you can mount any accessories here, smartphones, GPS units, anything like that are easy mountable to this track here. There is wired CarPlay in this van, so that's pretty nice. The driver's seat is fully heated, and then I have installed an auxiliary 12-volt outlet here, so you can buy an aftermarket seat heater for the passenger seat there. The passenger seat also has a swivel installed on it, so push it forward, turn it around. That will open up the living space quite a lot. Moving back now, I want to just take a quick note and mention that this was a crew van from the factory, so I left the factory seat rails. There's 2 of them, and this would fit a JMG aftermarket seat perfectly, safe for kids, anything like that. It'll fit right into the factory rails there. In this box we have our S-bar heater there. Moving up, we have a Flatline Van Company overhead shelf. Right now we have all the window coverings for the whole van stored up here, and those will be included in the purchase. We've got 12-volt and USB outlets around the entire van that are thoughtfully placed. We got some there. We have 120 outlet here, along with another USB and USB-C outlet there. Moving back into the kitchen area, I'll start high and we can work low. We've got these aluminum overhead cabinets with bamboo doors. They operate really nicely, stay up for you, offer a ton of space inside. These are modular, they can be removed with some of the factory bolts and reinstalled fairly easy. And then just to close them is just a little bit of pressure and they can self-close. They are also attached to this L-track in the ceiling here. The L-track is attached to the van with steel supports, so everything is attached to the frame. Nothing's just drilled in willy-nilly. Everything is super solid. So that's awesome for these upper cabinets. Moving over to the galley area, we have this countertop I'm really excited about. It's the first time we've used this in a van. This is a thin skate material, so it's a paper and resin material. It's 1/2 inch thick, extremely strong. You can put hot pans on it. Fairly lightweight for its durability, and we think it looks really good in the van. Moving down, we have the Isotherm Cruise 130. This is my favorite fridge to use. It's got the full-size freezer up top, very efficient. It's got an eco mode, and it can fit everything you need for a couple weeks on the road. Beside the fridge, you'll find 4 spacious drawers. All the drawers have locking latches, so they won't come open when you're driving, and they are full extension, and they are all soft close. So these 2 bottom ones create, you know, quite a bit of space, and you can fit whatever you need in those drawers there. Moving over to the passenger side of the van, still in the galley here, we have a large stainless steel sink, which is great for doing dishes. There's an option for a filtered water tap if that's what route you want to go. You can install that fairly easy right here. Next to the sink, we have our Tetravan folding shower. This is one of my favorite features of this van, and something you don't see in a lot of vans. This shower folds out, gives you a great size shower that you can use on the road while maintaining space and flexibility inside the van, which, you know, we all love. To open it, it folds right down here. The curtains come up. They are magnetic, so the curtains will magnet into the pan below, and you can step in. You have tons of room in the shower to rinse off and anything you may need. All right, inside the shower, for reference, I'm about 5'11". I have all the space I need. I still have good headroom here and nice elbow room. It's a great big area, and yeah, really awesome to have a shower inside the van. Conveniently located above the shower is one of our 2 max air fans, so if you're taking a really hot shower, which we do have hot water on board, you can have one of these rolling to let the humidity escape the van. All right, now that we have the shower curtain dropped, when this shower curtain's wet, you can just drop it into the pan, and it is self-drying with all the ventilation holes and drain holes there. This is how you operate the shower here. You have a mixer valve right here that's hot or cold. Pull it for pressure, and the wand itself also has an on-off switch on it. This is connected via a quick connect, so really easy to install or take off. Most people like to just keep these things fully assembled there, and you can just fold the van or the shower up and lock it in. No rattle. It's a really awesome shower system. All right, moving over here, we've got a large space underneath your kitchen. I've got some of the shower components down there right now, spots for soap here, and next to that we've got 4 more drawers. This one has a silverware holder in it, and these are all soft close drawers as well, all locking obviously as well too. This counter gets a 3.5-inch backsplash that is all sealed, so if this area gets wet, one nice thing that I really like about these countertops, aside from butcher block, which you see a lot in a van, this can get wet. It'll never absorb water or fade, have to be resanded or refinished. It's an awesome option here. You've got a big prep area here as well, or if you would like to serve people outside, that's a nice area there. All right, one of the things that I'm most proud of in this van is our electrical panel here. A lot of thought and planning went into this, and we're thrilled with how it turned out. The van is currently running off of an EcoFlow power system. We have a 5 kilowatt model, and it is adjustable from 5 to 10 to 15 kilowatts. If you wanted to install an AC unit or something like that, you can build onto it very easily by buying extra batteries. We have the EcoFlow control panel here. We have our output, which is right here. All of our DC outputs are going to be along here. We have 12 fuses that power everything in the van. The first 6 of those fuses are switched. So we have the front and rear lights, for example. When you switch them, the lights will turn off, lights will turn on, and then we have the front and rear on independent dimmers as well. We have those porch floodlights I showed you during the beginning of the tour here. Just a simple press will turn them on. The van is equipped with a Wii boost, so a cell booster is being sold in the van. This is how you turn on your cell booster right here. And then everything else you need is here. It'll show you what each unit is drawing to, so if you're getting a lot of draw, you can see where that's coming from. Switch over to the AC, and we have A few AC loads, including the hot water heater on this side here. To turn the inverter on, it's as simple as pressing that touchscreen button there. The hot water is on a timer, so you don't forget to turn it off and drain your battery. I recommend using it while you're driving because this van does have alternator charging. So every time you're driving down the road, you're getting about 800 to 1.2 kilowatts charging your batteries for you. Water heater timer here, and coming down below that, we have our S-Bar diesel heater thermostat here, running off the diesel tank of the van. Moving over, we have our switch cluster with our water pump switch here, an electronic ball valve to discharge your gray tank there, and water gauges here. We have gray water and fresh water gauges. There is an option for auxiliary tank heat down below for the gray tank if you're going to be camping in a lot of colder climates. The tank heater is not currently installed, but we are all pre-wired for you if you are coming from a colder climate. All right, continuing on with this tour, I lost my videographer, so apologies from here on out. It's going to be self-filmed. I'll still try to do a great job to show you everything else that we have going on with this van. I'm going to set down right here. You may have thought that, hey Dylan, you must have forgot about the mirror. My wife, she needs to do her makeup. I need to wash my face. Well, fear not, we did not forget about your mirror. I have a ram ball mount that is mounted to the van right here on an adjustable arm. It's as easy as slipping on the arm to the mount, and the mirror swings over and is easily adjustable for whatever height you may like, and nice for doing makeup, washing your face, easy over the sink there. So we really like how this this mirror system turned out. There's a little close-up on the arm there. Right here you will see our second Max Fan controller. We have our second Max Air fan located just above the bed here. We found that in any climate, we don't need AC. It's nice to have two Max Air fans, get the air ripping through here, keep the van nice and cool. All right, moving to the back of the van here, we have a custom queen size mattress that is from Roam Rest. It's a really comfortable mattress, probably the most comfortable one that I've tried, and we have tried a lot of them. Nice and spacious, big area for sleeping, can sleep two people very comfortably, two people and one small child comfortably as well. The clothing storage for this van are two Van Essentials soft cabinets. I like using the soft cabinets above the bed because it is easier to get in and out, and if for some reason, you know, you're an active sleeper at night and a knee hits a soft cabinet, it's not going to hurt like it would if it was wood or aluminum. These cabinets are zippered. There are two compartments in each cabinet. These are great for all of your clothing needs, shoes, etc., big jackets, things like that. There are lots of storage underneath these and on the sides of these as well. All right, moving to the back of the van here, I will show you our toilet setup. Right here, it could be used as a seat when not in use as toilet mode. It can also is a great step up for accessing the bed area here. So a lot of people overthink that getting into the bed of a van it's a high bed. We've given lots of room for mountain bikes that are below it, so it's a really nice thing to have as a step to get up there. But it's as easy as lifting off the cover, setting it aside, and this is our toilet. Open the gate here. This toilet is a composting, but it is an automatic composting toilet, so it's going to be a separator style toilet. The compost is going to be a mixture of peat moss and some water or coconut coir. And when you are finished, unlike the Nature's Head, which is big and bulky, which is actually one of my favorite toilets, this one has a fancy button on the side that you press, and you can hear that agitator and that auger in the bin turning and melding all of your solids into that peat moss mixture. All right, now that we're in the bed area of the van, there's a few things I want to bring your attention to. As you can see, tried to really find that line of bed height to be high enough to allow all of your toys and mountain bikes, etc., underneath the bed, but also I don't like when the beds are too high in the air and you can't sit comfortably and hang out and have enough headroom. So I think we found a good happy medium for the bed here. Both sides of this bed feature these fold awning style windows. So you have 4 latches here and you can swing the awning style window out, and they do have catches that will hold them out. First position is there, and second position is fully open. Closing them is easy by just pushing it up and closing the 4 levers. We have a built-in screen if you pull from the bottom, and we have built-in blackout shades if you pull from the top. Something else that is great to have in bed are reading lights. We have one on each side here that you press a button and the light is easy to move around, and they are dimmable by holding this button as well. Turn it off. You do have a USB-C charger underneath to charge your cell phone, and if you are charging your cell phone at night, we have these pouches here that give easy spot to store the phone while they're charging. One on the passenger side here as well, and there's your reading lamp. All right, as we wrap up the inside of this tour, there's a couple miscellaneous things that I would like to talk about. And that's wall coverings and floor coverings, things like that, that if you're more of a technical person, you'll appreciate knowing what this van has been built with. To start out, everything is insulated with 3M thin slit insulation. It was all pre-cut and laser cut for every individual area and cubby, so to speak, inside the walls of this van. All of the wall panels in this van were laser cut, and they were cut specifically for the Mercedes 170, so they all fit like a glove. We upholstered them in the Marathon Plus fabric, which is a very durable and soft fabric with a little bit of a foam layer behind it, so it gives it a very nice touch and feel. Also, it helps with road noise. Everything in this van we installed and designed with purpose. One of the reasons I do love having upholstered walls, makes it feel a little bit more like homey, and also helps with road noise tremendously. As you see, all of our wall panels are attached with external fasteners. I like this because it makes it easy to pull a panel off if you need to replace something. Again, the cabinets are modular. They're easily pulled off with 6 bolts, and you can unscrew a wall panel and pull it off there. Another small miscellaneous thing that we have is the WeBoost antenna. I leave it down here beside the bed just to keep it visually appealing, but it has a little Velcro and it can be placed right there. So the WeBoost, again, is our cell booster. Has an antenna on the roof, goes to a module, and it boosts cell service for you. So what we found is if we've been in an area with, let's say, 0 to 1 bars, we usually get 1 to 2 bars of service with the cell booster running. All right, I'm gonna move on to the lower walls because they're not all upholstered. We have the upholstery running from about 2 feet off the ground all the way to the ceiling, but from 2 feet down, we chose a different material. This, if you have dogs or if you surf or snowboard, you're going to find a lot more use, and the bottom of the wall seemed to get beat up a little bit more. So what we did was we used the hex ply, and if you're not familiar with this material, you can go ahead and look it up online. This hex ply is very durable and can take abuse and last you a very long time. It's one of the reasons that I love to use it. All right, moving on back to the bed. Another small miscellaneous tidbit of information. The bed is all built out of 3/4 hex ply as well. As you can see here, we've got sheets in the middle with ventilation holes cut out, and they are wrapped with aluminum edge stiffeners, so this bed can comfortably hold the weight of 2 people with hardly any sagging, if not any sagging. You can sit right on the edge here, and it is sturdy as can be. If for some reason you wanted to take the bed panels out, that is easy. We have T20 screws that are holding them in the sides and a little bit of butyl tape. So you just pop out the couple screws on either side, and you can pop those center panels out. If you're going to be moving, or if you're going to be hauling large sheets of plywood or anything like that, this mattress and this bed is very easy to remove. All right, the ceiling in this van came from our friends at Surg Supply. If you haven't heard of them, look them up. They make incredible products, excuse me. We've sourced our wall panels, lower wall panels, and our ceiling from them. This is a 3/4 inch pre-finished ply material that has all been laser cut and fit to our ceiling. We also have our external fasteners on the ceiling, so if for some reason you wanted to rerun some wiring or change a light out, it will be very easy to do so. On the ceiling, these are the hooks that we showed you for the shower. If you want to remove these, it's easy. You pull down and slide over, and these pucks are hardly noticeable on the ceiling for when the shower is not in use. All right, one of the last things, let me put a light on here so give a little bit of light back in. One of the last things that I want to show y'all for this van, on the inside at least, is going to be the floor. As you can see, it is a nice chestnut brown. The floor is constructed of, first we have rigid foam insulation, and then 3/4 inch plywood, and that is attached with furring strips right to the frame of the van. On top, the covering is a lawn seal covering. It's front to back, 1 sheet of vinyl, so any kind of leaks or spills or anything like that you don't have to worry about. There's no seeping into the subfloor or underneath the floor of this van, since everything is one piece. We really like the look of this. It gives it a nice homey feel, but also balances that line of utilitarian while being nice and homey. All right, moving up to the back of the van here, I'm going to give you guys a tour of the garage space. This is one of my favorite parts of this van, and we've got a lot of cool features to show you here. Moving on to the driver's side, we have our EcoFlow fuse panel and breaker panel. Pop the cover off, and you have easy access to all of the fuses in the van, as well as your AC breakers. There are 3 breakers that are currently being unused that you can feel free to expand on for future uses. All right, below this EcoFlow distribution panel, we have another plug cluster. We have USB A and C here, a 12 volt and a 120 volt. This is great for inflating paddle boards or anything like that from the back of the van. Also, if you have e-bikes, you can store your e-bikes in here and charge them while you're on the road. Nice storage cubby down here for any items you may have. And moving on over to the passenger side, we've got all of the plumbing is on this side of the van. Right here we have the outdoor shower with both hot and cold water. It's a quick connect style. The hose is just in here, and you can attach this hose. Let me grab it. I lost my videographer, as I said before, so doing this all one-handed is a little bit more tricky, but won't be a problem for us. We have our hose here, easy connection. Can hang a shower curtain along the back 2 doors and have an awesome outdoor shower. Right below this outdoor shower, we have our water fill. I got a little fancy here and thought this was a fun idea. We have an Aquar water fill station. These things are awesome. I'll pull out the attachment that you have right here. Attach your hose to this unit, and it is a twist on there, and you're able to fill your tank. When the tank is done filling, you don't have to worry about how full it is or anything like that. When it is done filling, you'll simply hear the excess water draining on the ground below you, and you know that it is full. All right, pulling this out here, plugging it back up. Inside this large cubby area, we have a couple of the plumbing drains and pipes here. We also have our main area to drain your freshwater tank. If you are going to drain your tank for the winter or for any other reason, you can just fold this ball valve down right here and that will drain your freshwater tank completely. All right. Moving over to the middle area here, we have, as we've had in all of our previous vans that we've built, the slide out gear tray. I personally love these. Hold on, bear with me here. There we go. I personally love these for mountain bikes and any other gear you may have, but this is a full extension. I believe it's a 5-foot long slide and it is the full width of the garage. So we have the easy L-track here to mount any kind of mounts that you may need to help carry your toys. It's also locked out, so if you are on a slope, it will not go crashing on back inside. It's as easy as pulling the levers down and pushing along, and we can get this thing closed up. All right, I'm gonna crawl inside the garage now and show you guys some of the features that it has. All right, I'm now sitting inside the garage area of our Sprinter van. So you will see here we have 2 doors up top and 1 big door on the bottom. These 2 doors up top here are storage compartments. Lift up the door, we have 2 large storage compartments. Here we have the Wii Boost that lives inside this first one there, and I will show you the antenna for that Wii Boost up on the roof. We have these compression latches, which I love. They prevent rattling. They're adjustable. If they ever loosen up, you can tighten them over time. Same with this second area. We have 2 more large storage compartments here, and we have the back of our distribution panel. So very easy access if you need to change any wires or anything like that, add something. You'll have easy access there. Below these 2 upper doors, we have a large lower door. Let me see if I can get the right angle to show you this. Lift this door up and we have our electrical components. You can see our EcoFlow battery right here. This would be easy to expand on, just stacking another one on top and going through the level of this cabinet. It's non-structural. You'll be able to stack them on top pretty easily if you wanted a 10 kilowatt system. And over here is our, basically the brain, it's the inverter and everything else that's part of this EcoFlow system. That is mounted to the back of the wheel well there. All right. Locking that up, and we're gonna move over to the passenger side. The passenger side will house our 32-gallon freshwater tank, as well as our 6-gallon hot water heater. So this combined with the 2 of those, this van has roughly 38 gallons of fresh water, and the nice thing is that it's all inside. So if you are wanting to do skiing and cold climate van camping, you'll be pleased to know that all of the water components, besides the gray tank I mentioned before, are inside the van. Lifting up this cabinet, and I will start over here with our IsoTemp hot water heater. That's a 6-gallon model there. Moving over, we have our Seaflow pump and accumulator, a lot of our plumbing, the water heater 120 volt plug there. And moving over, we do have a filtration system on this van. We've got 2 carbon filters, so you can feel confident drinking the water from this van and showering in it, no matter where you fill up. I know I've been to some areas and filled up some questionable water, so it's nice to have the filtration system on board. One of the things I want to show you on the back of the van here, as mentioned inside, sorry about all the road noise. There's construction going on where I am today. I really apologize for the audio on this video. Anywho, we have 3 ways to charge our battery systems. I do this in all of our vans. The first being alternator. It's my preferred method. Every time you're driving down the highway, you might as well use that energy that's being created. Like I said, 800 to 1.2 kilowatts of power going right to your battery. It'll charge it very quickly. The second, if you find yourself at a friend's house or a campground, we have shore power. And for this van, we have this Shore power, it is nice and tidy right next to the factory hitch. This van's ready to tow 5,000 pounds. Again, I apologize for the impact driver you hear in the background there. So awesome little shore power. And obviously the third is solar. We have 200 watts of solar on this van, and it also goes directly to the battery, and 200 watts seems to keep the battery nice and charged, run the fridge and the fans, things like that, no problem. Right, got a quick tour of the roof here. We've installed a grab handle for easy access to the roof of the van. Here you can see our 2 rear mounted floodlights and our WeBoost antenna. We've got decking boards up here for hanging out and access to your solar panels. I planed a lot of material off these decking boards to lighten them up so it doesn't have too much weight up here. Here are our 2 100 watt EcoFlow solar panels, our front max air fan and spoiler. This is a Flatline Van Company Low Pro roof rack, and it is the model that can accept Fiamma awning. So no modifications needed if you want the Fiamma awning. Hopefully the shadows aren't too bad here. But this is our WeBoost antenna. To lift it up, it snaps into place at a 45-degree angle, and then you pull this and you can push it up to fully stand it up. Usually when we're driving, we like to keep it in the down position, all the way down, and rest there just like that. All right guys, back in the driver's seat here, signing off for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I did my best to take you through the whole van and show you everything we did. This van has been a passion project of mine, clearly. It's been a culmination of all the previous vans that I've built and worked on. Kind of everything that I would want in a van for me, treading the line between a beautiful aesthetic and also a utilitarian because we're mountain bikers, we're snowboarders, we like to go out and explore, and the van has to hold up to that. Being all-wheel drive and the off-road tires, this thing can get you anywhere that you'd want to go. So I'm sure I may have missed something. If I did, if you have any questions at all, please leave a comment, email me, anything like that. I'm happy to do further walkthroughs for you individually if you're interested in purchasing this van. So yeah, thank you for tagging along. If you watched this far, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next van.